okay, and maybe needing to do the opposite, which is actually drop your defenses and actually let people into your life. You see, you could have spent so long going through this dramatic trying to change my life, right? So it's the same with any approach of change. You will only see results further down the line the more you keep doing it. The more you keep going on about the past, okay, the longer you're going to be still connected to a past energy, and you're not going to be able to move on, and you will not be able to let go of the past. Christine, I'm picking up Christine, okay, but some of you could be grieving the loss of a mother in the family for a lot of you, okay, and that it's just constantly on your mind, definitely around Christmas time. How do I cope without my mum, so on and so forth. I'm definitely picking up that it is a mum that was probably lost around Christmas. Good morning, everybody, from Steve's van at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 a.m. in a car park somewhere random in Ely. We are today. Good morning, everybody. So as you may know, that I'm trying to get over anxiety. It seems to be working really well. But I do keep waking up at very odd hours, so I am literally come in my favourite grounding spot, which is in a weird, strange, complex car park in the middle of nowhere, out the way of people, and it is lovely. It's really relaxing. So I thought, you know what, let's do a morning reading for everybody. So it is 3 a.m, so forgive me. Let's see. I do like early mornings, me. But anyway. Let's see. So, have we got any messages for anybody this morning? Any messages for anybody this morning? So, it could be travelling. Okay, you could be getting out quite a bit or needing to get out. You know, that's the one thing that I find is that, you know, to take a lot off your mind instead of sitting in front of the TV and in front of screens is to actually get up and go out. Okay, take a lot off your mind. Okay, maybe visiting family or thinking about visiting family could be coming up. Some of you might be facing an ending, okay, but you could also be going to visit a Scorpio for a lot of you, or a life path 4. So if you've got a mother or a father in the family, could be maybe Gemini, also Scorpio life path 4, okay, but you could be going to visit them for a lot of you. Some of you could be facing an actual ending and you're trying to think about what to do with yourself here. I don't know what to do with myself. Daily reading for everybody, for the collective energy. So it could be dealing with also a Sagittarius. Now, some of you, like I said, you are healing from some sort of new start. It requires change. I know this isn't the 4 of Cups. What I've noticed about the 4 of Cups is the 4 of Cups, because it is a 4, right? 4 of Cups is normally someone that sits in front of the TV, in front of their screens, watching and watching and watching and looking for an answer. And instead of doing that, it's about maybe doing something else that helps heal you. Okay, so for me, like I said, I'm facing this change in my life where it's no good sitting back waiting for things to change. I have to get up and start changing it. Okay, so in order to heal and change, you need to start making changes. Okay, do you all get what I'm saying? So, for instance, like mental health, what do I do? What's good for me? Going out in my van, early mornings, getting up. Don't sit there and put the TV on and start going through like loads of different things and sitting there gawping at the screen for like hours and hours and hours, because this could also mean mental health. Okay, so what do I do instead? Well, I get up and I go out, okay, and I go into nature, Natalie, but I go outside and blah, 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 breathe in the fresh air, and that will help me ground myself, is by connecting with the earth. Okay, instead, because I think that maybe sitting in front of the TV screens all the time really doesn't do a lot of people a lot of good. And the trouble is, in a stone age of people that are now growing up in a internet-based world, is not good for everybody. Keep being on their phones all the time. Okay, so it's pretty much like connecting with people. Okay, also because a lot of us can also like isolate ourselves away from people, and people do give you energy and they do give you good vibes, and a lot of the time a Sagittarius could be a good person to be around. Okay, so if any of you guys know like a Sagittarian, okay, try and visit somebody that you know that is like a Sagittarius. Okay, but you could be doing that. It's pretty, you know, it's like a a prediction of that's coming up for you. Okay, so let's see. A reading, collective reading for everybody. I mean, I'm just calling it a daily, but so you got the Seven of Wands. So some of you, like I said, you're caught between a rock and a hard place of facing an ending and healing it, maybe with an X, but not healing it, as if to say, we're at distance, we're apart from one another, we're probably not together, but we are kind of going through the motions of separation, okay, maybe until union again, right? But like yeah, so I feel that some of you might actually find that someone in your life that could be a Sagittarius could be quite defensive against you, like they have like could have, sorry Sagittarians if you're watching, but like they could have more of a flare up of anger and aggression, and it's kind of like, oh, I'm a little bit like, try not to get so angry, please. Right, could be not every Sagittarius has a temper, but they do represent temperance. Let's see, daily reading for everybody. Six of Cups. So you are. This could be family. Okay, it's one or the either Ely. It could be an Ely, or called Lee or Eli. But it's kind of like a family vibe. It's also like a relationship vibe for a lot of you. Seven of Wands as a feeling is more like I'm just kind of like a little bit defensive because I know that you could have a bit of a temper. Me, I don't like tempers. I just don't like when people start getting angry. It's just a mechanism within myself to go the opposite way. I just don't like aggression, and I don't like passive aggression. I don't like people that blame you and stuff. It's not that I don't like them. It's just that I don't hang around them so much. I clean up my environment, right? So for a lot of you, it could be where you need to start clearing up your environment, looking at who is in your life and who needs to be in your life and who adds the most quality. Okay, who gives me the good energy and who gives me shit. Okay, now obviously you can't just go and abolish everybody in your life, but it's always generally good to check in with yourself to think, you know, I might need to start looking at if I'm hanging around anybody, if I'm not hanging around anyone, if I've got some sort of social group going on, okay, and maybe needing to do the opposite, which is actually drop your defenses and actually let people into your life. You see, you could have spent so long going through this dramatic trying to change my life. See, peeps, if you've got a minute, experiencing this in my chart 3 times, right, and also Aries, is that, you know, change isn't a person you can physically change by dieting and your health and your diet, stuff like that, right? Not dieting to lose weight, but your diet, okay? No caffeine. But like, if I want change, what do I have to do? Well, I can change physically, but I'm going to have to start looking at who's good in my life and who's bad in my life, who can go and who can't go, okay? What job am I doing? What's adding quality to my life? What can I do instead of getting up and going on the TV? Can I go to the gym? Can I go out for a walk? Yes, it's much easier. But getting back to normal routines without things of the television all the time, okay, I find like does help, is to actually get out. So some of you, it can be where you've isolated yourself for quite some time, realizing that you haven't had much energy in your life. And in order to get energy in your life, you may have to do the opposite to what I've just told some of you, which is a different story before everybody clicked off, is to actually drop your defenses and actually start letting people into your life, okay? Because trust me when I tell you, a lot of the times when we are blocked, we don't realise that we are, okay? We don't realise that we're not letting people into our lives. We've got such a defence mechanism built up that we don't allow anyone in, and then we forget to contact people to say, shit, I haven't seen you in a long time, you all right? Oh, where have you been? Just you know. Right, so it's actually good to let people into our lives so we can heal. People have a great healing effect, especially when you're an empath, right? Because when you're an empath, you can connect on to someone that's bubbly, light, full of life. When they can give you some of that energy and you're like, oh God, I really enjoyed myself. I didn't realise, you know, I spent so long just sort of like out there wandering, you know, that I can now kind of like get some energy off you, and it's making me feel better. Okay, and it's making me feel better in my relationships, and it's taking overall kind of healing effect on me, you know. So it's like this, you know, if I'm honest and I put myself in this bracket, you guys have followed me for quite a while, so you know, I'm out here at 3 o'clock in the morning, right? But for me, it's not bizarre, it's great, I love it. So I do that to heal. I get in my van, I go out for a drive, I sit around, I don't worry about time. Okay, I take some time out for myself, and I start to heal. Do whatever it is that makes me feel good. Fuck everybody else. What makes me feel good? If it does, I'm doing it. Okay? Action. The thing about Sagittarius cards, they're all about action. And what you do need, Jackson, is action Jackson in your life. Danielle. But you need action in your life. You know, you wouldn't lose weight if you were studying how to lose weight and going through so many different diets but actually not doing one, or thinking, how do I get over anxiety but not putting any of it into action, right? Sometimes in order to get over it, we have to do it. And that's what's in this reading for you guys. That is what Spirit is trying to tell you. There's a lot of healing effects that are around you, instead of just thinking, well, this reading is about my ex and I don't want my ex back. Okay, that's just the X factor, baby. All you're doing is just representing the past all the time. It's now time to start moving on, okay? For any of you guys that are like, you know, going through the healing process of a metaphysical twat flame that's took ages to not work, right? So it's about now starting to change your life by looking at it and thinking, what can I do that's different, that isn't the same? That's the definition of madness. If you keep doing the same thing, you'll get the same result. If you try something different, you'll get a different result, but you have to do something different. Now, your results are what I'm also hearing. Could be salt, okay? Could be electrolytes, okay? But it can also be, what was I hearing? Salt, results. So something to do around doctors. This could be mental health. It is a 5. Does represent one of my mental health cards. Okay, 5 of Swords is a mental health card. So this is a major arcana healing of 5. So there would be like ADHD, bipolar, like obsessive thoughts, fighting, aggression, right? So temper, energy, where does it go? What do I do? Okay, I need an outlet. I need to purge. So what do I do? Purge it on a person? No, that's blame. Okay, blame never works. People never listen. People start shouting and screaming and blaming. That's the last thing anybody wants, is when someone starts wagging their finger, right? So in order to properly heal, what you need is to go over pretty much everything that we've just said in the reading, right? Now, some of you could be looking for results of waiting for a doctor, okay, or something where I'm waiting on a result. Now, it could be where you're just waiting on communication, something like that that's coming up. But I do feel like because whatever it is, this result that you're looking for, it's taken a long time to come in, right? So if it's from the doctors or the hospital, it feels like it's a long time coming, okay? It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. So if you don't know, I'm also a music producer, and that song that I remixed is over on Angel Radio. You can follow it on the link provided below. I remixed the song and put it into one of my own. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change is going to come. And it is. Changes are coming, okay? Holidays are coming, right, but it is coming. But like I said, it depends on if you are progressing with change or if you're going to result back to your old behaviour. It's easy to give up. Okay, if I wasn't to wake up every morning and think, right, I'm going to get up every morning, 4 or 5 o'clock, come over to here, go for a walk around the park when it's light, and I wake up and think, oh, I can't be bothered, right? I can slip into old behaviour again. Can't. Got to keep up my routine. Got to realise I've got mental health. What do I do? Okay, get up in the morning. Go for a walk first thing after 10 minutes of waking up. Go outside, breathe in the fresh air, stop looking at emails and the YouTube and everything else, and just sitting there and flicking it like you flick your bean. okay, is to get up and go out for a while, come back, refreshed, breathe, meditate, do all of that kind of stuff, okay, but keeping it up, not falling behind with it, making sure that these changes that you want to come up in your life will start to appear when you put the work in doing that, right? It's the same as a diet, okay? Have I seen any results within a month? Maybe not. I could be holding water. Am I going to give up? No, okay? Because you could well be losing weight. You're just holding water, right? So it's the same with any approach of change. You will only see results further down the line the more you keep doing it. The more you keep going on about the past, okay, the longer you're going to be still connected to a past energy, and you're not going to be able to move on, and you will not be able to let go of the past. Some of you might be grieving, okay, and you are grieving the past of a loss of a loved one around Christmas time. Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, children singing Christian wine. Could be Christine, I'm picking up Christine, okay? But some of you could be grieving the loss of a mother in the family for a lot of you, okay? And that it's just constantly on your mind, definitely around Christmas time. How do I cope without my mum? So on and so forth. I'm definitely picking up that it is a mum that was probably lost around Christmas. Or where the reflections of the past start coming up in your mind and thinking, oh, can you remember mum and dad and so on and so forth, right? And having a good kind of like reflection, always remember good times for you guys that are struggling with, letting a spirit go, okay? Always realize that no matter where you go, they're always around you, okay? So they're watching you, so they're always around you, right? So try talking to them, I do. I talk to my brother and my father and my nan and my granddad, okay? I normally check in with them and say thanks very much and appreciate, the life that I've been given, basically, not for anything that you give me, but the life that I was given, right? So, it's about, I think some of this could be nostalgic feelings that are kind of, what I'm saying to you is this is going to be a memory for a lot of you that's going to be coming up within in the next few days, I would say. But it will generally be over Christmas. I would say that what I'm hearing is that you're going to have this memory and it's replaying out in your mind, okay? And it could be of deceased loved ones at this time that you're thinking of. And it could be like memorial type sort of time, where if you lost loved ones around Christmas time, it could be where you're thinking about going to put some flowers on their grave and stuff like this, and all that kind of stuff, right? So that's definitely there as a message for a lot of you too. But that takes time. Grieving and loss, some people it's different. Some people could just let go. Some people take time to let go of other people that they've lost in their life. But yeah, there you go, everybody. So there's the daily collective. What do you reckon? Please let me know in the comment section if you like this sort of stuff. Now, I am trying to change my readings a little, because a lot of people, I think, when they're not to do with love, they just click off, okay? Or if they are to do with love, they just click off. So I'm trying to now change my readings a little bit, where they are more to do with around health and mental health struggles and how to get out of these types of things. So I'm trying to look at the cards more in a biblical manner, and also in a health healing kind of manner, of where the readings you might start seeing me read differently than what I was before, okay? I got this feeling that something's coming up for myself of changing the style of reading that they're getting me to look at. They're getting me to look at the cards in a different way. You'll notice I've been talking about mental health for quite a while, okay? Because I've started to see it in the cards, what cards represent it. And then it feels like this overall change for myself of changing my reading style. That happened before. It was actually last Christmas, I think, that happened. So, yeah, it feels like a change. So, stay tuned. Please make sure you hit the like and subscribe if you like more. And I'll try and do one of these, every morning if I'm up or not, okay? So, if you would like your monthlies or your weeklies, a lot of your monthlies you may not have seen, because I've just done them and I've put them on the join button below. Okay, so the join button is only $2 or $3, I think. You get access to like a whole full spread reading of your month. It's very cheap. It really does keep old Stevie baby going. Okay, and if you don't want to join the join button, you can join Patreon. Patreon has 3 different tiers: bronze, gold and silver. Bronze, silver and gold. Okay, monthlies and weeklies, weeklies and teaching. Okay, but it's up to you, because monthlies is on the join button and Patreon. I can't close either one, but it's up to you which one you may or may not want to join. Whew, thanks very much. It really does help me out if you guys can do that. Like, share and comment, and I will see you next time.